enlighten our soul by the topic Happiness is a Seed of Triumph. Before that, I would like to introduce Sky Assistant Professor Rakshita R. Gini, Madam. With all my pleasure. She completed his BA and working as a principal and teacher at kindergarten. She has joined Sky Yoga in the year of 2003 and rendering his services for the past 6 years. I cordially welcome Sky Assistant Professor Rakshita from Kinney's Kindergarten Center, Bangalore, Mysore, Brindavan Sky Trust to give the divine speech. Be blessed by the divine, ma'am.
Be blessed by the divine. Thank you very much for the wonderful opportunity. I want to thank our President, Mailara Nandan sir, and WCAC initiating this Zoom session. I want to thank all the organizers and coordinators. I want to thank our Karnataka President, Dr. Dhanapati sir, and Vice President, Mrs. Vijaya Dhanapati ma'am. Good afternoon, everybody. And I want to thank all the listeners also. Today I'm going to talk about the topic Happiness is a seed of triumph. Triumph means final success or a victory. The world is full of material life. From children to old man, people have become busy bee. Man, how much money he earns. He is not satisfied. Nowadays, man is running behind money. He is not taking care of his health, not giving time for his loved ones. He put all his effort to be success in wealth. One fine day, he should spend all the money what he earned to build his own health. There's a lot of stress in the world of today. Even young children undergo stress. The first thing to do is to try to get rid of the stress free. That is to try to live in a stress free atmosphere. For example, in 2020, there was no school for kids. So, if both husband and wife is working, it is very difficult to leave kids at home. And it's very difficult to follow online classes without the help and guidance of their parents. Now, happiness begins. Happiness begins physically, mentally, emotionally, societally, and spiritually. Physically will be happy by doing exercise, mentally by doing meditation, emotionally by doing introspection, due render to the society, societally by doing service, uh, spiritually by following all these four principles will be happy. We all want to be happy, but we sometimes think of happiness as a thing that happens to us. Sometimes we have to control over. It's easy to link the idea of happiness with the situation. Research shows that just a small portion of happiness is about 10%, depend on the person's situation. So, where does most of our happiness come from? Part of the happiness depends on personality. Some people have naturally happy nature. We all know people who are cheerful, optimistic. Most of the time, they upbeat personalities make it easier for them to be happy. Teenagers will be happy when they fall in love, but it is not pure love. It's just an infatuation, what they get in that age. In that age, they have to concentrate on their studies and have to fulfill the dreams of their parents. Children must try to form their career and must stand on their own legs. Most of the youngsters fall in love and spoil their life, but parents must guide them and tell them this is not right time to do all these things. You must concentrate in studies. In my opinion, if parents will give proper love and affection guidance to their children, they may not get this problem. Or after 14 years, parents must join their kids for our simplified Kundalini yoga system. They won't go in wrong path. Happiness is up to us. Research have found that more than half of the happiness depends on things that are actually under our control. A big part of how people we are dependent on mindset, the habits we practice, and the way we live each day. By learning the key ingredients of happiness in our sky system, masters and professors teach us how to neutralize the anger. When we neutralize the anger, obviously, we'll be happy only. Research found that they stay happy people. Happy people are more successful. Happy people are better at researching goals. They are healthier, they live longer. Happy people have better relationship. They learn better. They look younger and they look energetic. Happy people are active all the time. Ingredients for the happy life. Happiness is so important in our lives that it is not its own field of research called positive psychology. Experts in this field have found that there are key things that makes people happier. Positive emotions. Positive emotions creates joy, gratitude, love, amazement, delight, playfulness, humor, inspiration, compassion. We all like to have these positive feelings. When I was working in a school, after end of the session, I used to tell my students small stories about the positive nature and told them to adopt them in their life. Feeling some positive emotions every day has a big effect on us happiness and well-being. That's why it's so important to do things that gives us positive feelings. Even simple action like playing with child or a pet, going for a walk outdoors can increase these feelings. Happiness does not depend on other person. I mean to say, we are not supposed to depend on any person whether he or she will give us happiness. If they know that we are dependent on them for happiness, they hurt us only. If possible, share your happiness with your close one, but never share your sorrows. When the time comes, they try to take advantage in you. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna said, man is sorrow by thinking past or future, but he won't enjoy his present. Whatever he said, it's correct. We must enjoy every moment what we are living today. When we are Whenever we are making friends, we must choose right one. In Kannada, there is a proverb. ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಳಿದಾಗ ನೀರಿನ ಆಳ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತದೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಗುಣ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. It means when we step into the water, we come to know how the depth of the water. Like that, when we mingle with the person, then only we come to know the nature of the person. So make good person friendship to be happy. Happiness depends on person to person. How sometimes people be happy to go mall or to do shopping. Others may be happy to watch TV, and some other they may be happy to eat delicious food for food, or some people they may happy going for adventure. Happiness depends on time to time. I mean, I'm happy, but next moment I may not be happy. Happiness does not come from outside or to buy from market. It is within us. We have to realize. When we are happy, our face value will change. We'll be more energetic, we'll be singing, dancing, and always smiling, and we'll be in good mood. We'll be happy in three stages by thinking past. When we go back to our childhood, all the moments gives us joyfulness. Even in present, when we meet our friends or loved ones, we'll be very happy. By thinking future, Will be happy mood. Now I'm dreaming that I'll go to Alia. At that moment, it gives happiness to me. Friends, past is past. We cannot go back and do any correction in our past. We always live in present. We have to transform all our sorrows into happiness. To be happy, we must change our negative thoughts into positive. We must leave our ego to be happy. If possible, help others. Don't create any problem. Follow the six principles: greedy to satisfaction, anger to tolerance, miserness into generous, immoral sexual passion into vanity, inferior and superior complex into equality, vengeance into forgiveness. Now, regarding greediness, I want to tell a small story for you people. Once there will be a brother Ramu and Shamu. Shamu is very rich person, but Ramu is not rich. Ramu once he'll go to forest. There he saw a cave. He enters the cave. He met a sannyasi there, and he helped the sannyasi. Sannyasi blessed him with mortar. He told him that it is not ordinary one. Whatever you ask, it gives us tremendously. To stop, you must close it with red clothes. He took it and he comes home. He placed it in a room. He asked for a little rice and dal. That mortar gives it. Whatever he asked, he used to get day by day. Ramo is becoming rich. Oftenly, he was distributing rice, dal to everybody freely in the village. Ramu's brother Shamu was watching all these things. How come my brother doing all these things? He was not having anything to eat. From where he is getting money to buy so many things? He thought, I must find out. I must find out that slowly. Shamu was followed by his brother. As usual, Ramu went inside the house and closed the door of his room where the mortar kept. Ramu asked for some fruits. He gets the fruits. His elder brother Shamu was watching all these things. He came to know from where his younger brother becoming rich. Shamu thought of stealing the mortar from his younger brother. Finally, Shamu is success in stealing the mortar. He took it and wanted to run away from that village. He arranged a boat to cross the village. He went half of the way. In that boat, he wanted to test that mortar whether it's working or not working. He asked for salt. Salt started coming, but he doesn't know how to stop it. The salt overflowing and become heavy for that boat, and the boat started drown in the water. Finally, Shamu swam and reached the shore, saved his life, but he could not bring back the mortar. Till now, the mortar is working in the sea, so the sea water is salty, they tell. Because of Shamu's greediness, he stole his brother mortar, drowned in the sea. So, we must not supposed to do any greediness. Have to adopt satisfaction life. So, by this story, having anger, a small story about anger. A family went to raining. At that time, that family
ಬಾಲ್ಗೆ ಸಮೃದ್ಧಿ ಒಂದಿಗೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello,
now it is
can,
hearing now. Yeah, you can speak.
till now you didn't hear anything, ma'am.
Now only, ma'am, 20 seconds before. Nothing that story you are telling, na?
Okay, from anger, shall I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. A family went to picnic. At that moment, it started heavily rain, and that time, that family was scolding the rain. But that rain has helped the farmers. Anger is the root cause for all the problems. In Ramayana, we have seen due to Lakshmana's anger only, he cut the nose of Shurpanakha, and all the problems, how it has started, and end with the death of Ravana. And even in our ancient story, King Dushyanta and Shakuntala, how they separated due to the curse and angry of Saint Durvasaru. Better let us change our anger into tolerance. Now, miserness. As we know, Srinivasa Nayaka was a famous diamond merchant. He was known as Navakoti Narayana also. He was very selfish man and was not giving not he was not even gave a quarter anna to anyone in his life. Once a beggar came to his wife. At that time, Srinivasa was not there, but his wife Saraswati gave her diamond nose studs to him. Same stud that beggar took to Srinivasa's jewelry shop for sale. And that Srinivasa, he recognized that stud. This stud is belongs to my wife. So he told him to come back in the next day, and he went home and asked his wife to show her nose studs, but that nose studs was not there. So like she doesn't know what to do. Just she surrendered herself. She wanted to poison herself. That no stud has. Then she shown to her husband, and she told what and all happened. Then Srinivasa Nayaka transformed himself. Whatever he had, everything he distributed among the society. Starting only, I said he used to call us Navakoti Narayana. He is having so much of jewels. Everything he distributed among the society and become Purandara Dasaru. He wrote a lot of poem about Krishna. In Kannada, we can see his Kirtanas. In Carnatic music, and he is also known as father of Carnatic music. He is also known as Purandara Dasaru. By this story, we can understand to live miserness and to be generous. One should cultivate the habit of doing charitable deeds. Immoral sexual passion. In 10th century, this story was existed, written by Pampa. This is a Jain story. King Yashodhara and his queen Chandramati were leading a happy life. Once Queen Chandramati heard a melodious sound of flute. She followed the sound. It was coming behind her palace, where the stable was. She became so mad of that flute music, she didn't even see that the person is a sweeper and a ugly man with a hunchback. She accepted him. Without the knowledge of the king, she used to meet him secretly, daily at night time. That night, King Yashodhara couldn't sleep early. So she came late to meet that fellow. That fellow was angry and beating her like anything, and he was kicking her also. She fallen on his feet and was apologizing and asking him to excuse her. The king had doubt on his queen, so that night he followed her and he came to know about her everything. Starting only, I said Jain king. Jain people will never punish. But he was very upset of this matter. After that incident, he never allowed her to be his wife. But this lady, because of her polluted mind, she poisoned the king Yashodhara. Then they also tell she took 30 rebirths to cleanse her karma. By this story, we can understand one should be one should not have immoral sexual passion. Change your sexual passion into chastity. One more small story I want to tell. That is, Radha Krishna. They are great lovers. Everybody know about Radha Krishna, but they never had any sexual contacts. Both of them are merged with their souls. Celibacy is an important virtue and an essential aspect of spiritual life for both men and women. Deep meditation and higher spiritual status of consciousness cannot be achieved and retained without brahmacharya. It is through the power of ojas that a person attains God realization. Practice Turyatita meditation, introspection, and Kaya Kalpa yoga. Then inferior and superior complex. In family, elders think women are not equal to men. They cannot conflict with him. I have seen so many parents for their daughters just they give a degree education, but for their son BE or medical. They tell anyhow we have to spend lot of money for their marriage. Why should we study more? We must spend more money, but it is wrong. Our Maharshi says both men and women are superior. Sorry, both men and women are equal. Nobody is superior or inferior. Women are a gift. They are precious treasure. If you educate a girl, whole family will be educated. Maybe you are thinking how. There's a well-known shloka in Sanskrit. Matra Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhavaha, Acharya Devo Bhavaha. So, first place they gave to mother. She is the first teacher for her kids and she guides her kids in their studies. Always I have seen teachers discriminating students, rank holders with slow learners. Anyhow, bright students will catch fast, but being teachers, they have to motivate the slow learners and give extra care for slow learners. Now, one more small story I want to tell about Thomas Alva Edison. Everybody know Thomas Alva Edison. Actually, Thomas Alva Edison, he was a boy. How much the teacher teaches, he is not learning. So then the teacher sent a note to his mother. After reading the letter, she got tears in her eyes. When the child asked, "What happened?" she asked, "Oh, nothing, child. They say they don't have talented teachers to clarify doubt of genius students like you. So they're expelling him from school." His mother made him to leave school and educate him in his house. And finally, Thomas got self educated and became inventor and a leading businessman. As the time passes and Thomas made his great invention in bulb and mother died after few years and one day Thomas was arranging his storehouse and found the letter written by his teacher. In that letter they had written like this: "This is to inform you that your child Thomas is mentally unstable and is unable to keep up with other children. So he is expelled from school." Thomas was left in tears when he read this letter and realized the moral that positive around us can make miracles happen. By the story of Thomas Alva Edison, uh, he was a mentally disabled child, but his mother made him a great inventor. Nobody is inferior or superior. Everybody is equal. We must understand. By practicing Turyatita meditation, this vanity can be removed. vengeance and forgiveness. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, America's famous president, become before becoming president, he worked as lawyer in one company. He was being taken to the court. Their top lawyers were arguing. In that, one lawyer was Edwin Stanton. He saw Lincoln and said, "Who is that monkey like sitting there? Ask him to go out. I will not work with him." Then Lincoln went out and stood in one corner. Hearing the speech of Stanton, he was amazed that um, intelligent and efficient person he is. How much hard work he has done and prepared and come. With such a person, I have not got a chance to work. I'm not equal to even a tiny dust of his legs. So better I have to leave this place and go away from here. When Lincoln became the president during the war, an American commander was required for him. He called Edwin Stanton and requested him to become the chief army commander. Stanton said, "I have sent you out of the court, and not only for that, so many years publicly I have insulted you by my speech, but you have called me as your commander. I don't know how to answer." Then Lincoln said, "My way is different and your way is different, but bo- but both of our motto is to make America a top country in the world." Later, he accepted to become the army chief. For his forgiveness, Abraham Lincoln is in world history still known writer. See, going for shopping, buying costly things and material things, having food at hotels is all temporary satisfaction. When we follow all the six principles in our life, it is eternal bliss and permanent happiness in our life. It is wonderful when we follow all the six principles in our life. Even WCSC is working hard to spread the principles of Vedadiam. Being professor, it's our duty to spread Vedadiam. Thank you, everyone, to hear this speech, and thank you, Atma Sangama program, to give me an opportunity to speak few words. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க வளமுடன். Thank you very much for your inspiring speech, ma'am, with small, cute stories. Thank you. As
Thank you,
Swamiji
ma'am.
says, constant awareness, introspection, and planned action. These three would develop our intellect. Success then is certain in life. Again, thank you, ma'am. Now the forum is open for discussions. Please click the hand raise button in your Zoom app. While you prepare for your questions, we have few announcements. Evening 4:15, Panjabhuta Navagraha meditation in Kannada. 4:45, World Peace Blessings 108 times. 4:55, Sky Assistant Professor Sunita Malali will deliver speech about firm determination. And tomorrow 2 p.m., Sky Professor Gauri will deliver a speech about divine law. Divine law. Tomorrow evening 4:55 p.m. in Kannada, Sky Professor Vijayalakshmi will be giving speech about mildness. Now we can go ahead with the question answer session. Please raise your hand. Accordingly, we will unmute you. Ma'am, there is no questions. Shall we conclude the session, ma'am? Before concluding, we would like to thank and bless Sky Assistant Professor Rakshita on behalf of WCC Karnataka Zone on his enlightening topic. Let us all come to Thuriam state and let us all bless together. Sky Assistant Professor Rakshita R. Gini, be blessed by the divine. his good health be blessed by the divine, his loving family be blessed by the divine, his divine services be blessed by the divine. All the members who have participated today's program be blessed by the divine. All sky meditation centers in Karnataka zone be blessed by the divine. Our beloved WCC Karnataka zone president Dr. Dhanapati sir, who gave support to organize this program, be blessed by the divine. Our beloved WCC Karnataka zone smart vice president Srimati Dr. Vijaya Dhanapati, be blessed by the divine. See you all tomorrow at 2 p.m. Now, World Peace Prayer. வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
உலகமெல்லாம் பருவமழை ஒத்தபடி பெய்யட்டும், உழவரெல்லாம் தானியத்தை உவப்புடனே பெருக்கட்டும், பல தொழில்கள் புரிகின்ற பாட்டாளி உயரட்டும், பகுத்துணர்வில் தொகுத்துணர்வு பண்பாட்டை உயர்த்தட்டும், கலகங்கள் போட்டி பகை கடந்தாட்சி நடக்கட்டும், கல்லாமை கடன் வறுமை களங்கங்கள் மறையட்டும், நலவாழ்வை அளிக்கும் மெய் ஞான ஒளி வீசட்டும், நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் நாட்டத்தே சிறக்கட்டும், நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் நாட்டத்தே சிறக்கட்டும், நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் நாட்டத்தே சிறக்கட்டும். வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன்.